Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and I want to thank you for your unwavering support. I have always said on this channel that politics is very dynamic. Politics is very interesting, and it is full of interests and betrayal. And the Kenyan politics is one that is somehow very unpredictable. Where is Nyoro? Because Nyoro has been a very vocal politician. Before, during, and after 2022 election, Nyoro had been very vocal, a thorn in the flesh to the opposition. It started when they were still in government and they aligned themselves to William Samoei Ruto. And he kept on warning Uhuru Kenyatta. After 2022 election, Nyoro warned Uhuru Kenyatta together with Kimani Ichung'wah about the demonstrations, and they told Uhuru Kenyatta, we will come for you. And some people went, some goons went and burned Uhuru's Northland farm. When demonstrations were going on, the Azimio demonstrations, Nyoro kept on warning Uhuru Kenyatta to stop using money to sponsor demonstration, the Azimio demonstration. That is what he believed. Now, he also warned Raila that no amount of pressure, no amount of demonstrations would compel William Ruto to form a nusu mkate government. And together with Kimani Ichung'wah and Gachagua, they said William Ruto was not a Cerelac baby like Uhuru Kenyatta. And they said William Ruto is a son of Mau Mau, that Raila could not intimidate him to form part and parcel of government. He even opposed the NADCO meeting that was taking place in Bomas, the National Dialogue Committee. But today, I don't see Ndindi Nyoro. He has left Kimani Ichung'wah to continue with, bashing Rigathi Gachagua, because that was also another role that was given to Ndindi Nyoro. They were being used to checkmate Rigathi Gachagua. But he has taken a low profile. Where is Ndindi Nyoro? Perhaps the last statement that Ndindi Nyoro, gave, the last warning that he gave to Raila and to Uhuru Kenyatta is this one here.
Wacha niwaeleze na musikize. Whatever thing that you are unleashing, whatever strategy that you have will fail, because there will be no mkate nusu in Kenya Kwanza government. Hakutakuwa na serikali ya nusu mkate. Mufanye nini, muende wapi? Ya pili, mimi nataka niwapee onyo. Wametuona saa zingine tumenyamaza, wanafikiria kuna muoga. Hapa hakuna muoga. Hawa wote mnaona ndio wamenizaa. Hawa ni watoto ya Mau Mau. Sisi hakuna uoga tuko naye kwa mtu yeyote. Kama wao wanajihisi wako na maandamano, nataka niwaeleze hivi. Mount Kenya region, we are not going to allow any kind of maandamano and violence. Hiyo wanapapot. We are not going to allow anything that will destroy the livelihoods of the people of Mount Kenya region. We are not going to allow that kind of violence they are doing in their areas ati warepe hapa Mount Kenya region. Kama wanaweka sufuria kwa kichwa, mtu awekee sufuria kwa kichwa akiwa kwake nyumbani. Na ya mwisho, mimi nataka nieleze rais wetu ambaye amestaafu, President Uhuru Kenyatta. The people of Kenya gave you the highest degree of respect that a normal citizen can be given by fellow citizens. They elected you twice. You served your two 5-year terms. You served at a point where we had 2 retired presidents as you reigned. None of them walikuja kukuhangaisha. Hakuna yule alikuja kukuambia fanya hii ama hii. Hata wakati ulikuwa unapeleka nchi yetu katika shimo, hawakukuuliza, because they respected that you are the person who had the instruments of power by then. Wewe mwenyewe umetoka katika tumetoka uchaguzi. Na wewe kwa katiba yetu umeondokea kiti. Lakini President Uhuru Kenyatta, mimi nataka nikueleze kwa heshima, wewe wacha kupeana pesa ya kufadi hii violence ambayo Wakenya wanapitia.
So perhaps that was the last speech or around that area that Ndindi Nyoro warned Raila, warned Ruto, and even said that they would not accept any kind of a handshake. Now, I never saw Ndindi Nyoro in Nyanza. He never accompanied Ruto. And if he did, he was never vocal. Because Kimani Chungwa carried his anger to Nyanza. He kept on attacking the deputy president. Even today, he kept on with those onslaught. His rivalry or sibling rivalry between themselves continues. But Ndindi Nyoro has since decided to keep a low profile. He's no longer attacking the deputy president, and I've never heard him talk about, this handshake. And I wanted to try and figure out in this video, why is Ndindi Nyoro quiet? Why has he taken a low profile? Because in politics, everything happens for a reason. I'm sure you will agree with me that you too realizes that Ndindi Nyoro is not in the picture. That is what I want us to delve in. Before we do this, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel if you are watching us for the first time or you are our regular viewers, but you have not yet subscribed. It goes a long way in growing the family. And I also want to ask you to give this video likes. It promotes the video. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. This will allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video. To all our returning subscribers and all our supporters, I salute you and I want to thank you in a very, very special way. We are where we are because of your support. Number one, Kimani Chungwa realized that he was made to look like a fool because William Ruto hoodwinked them to believe that he was not going to form a handshake. And they made a lot of noise. Sisi hatutaki mkate nusu, nini. They said William Ruto ni chuma ya zamani, not a Cerelac baby. And then, before he knew it, William Ruto forms a broad-based government, and Raila says that it was William Ruto who went to him. Then, street politics has it that he was scared about the very, very Mount Kenya people who wanted to overturn his victory. Ndindi Nyoro is a young man. He's fairly intelligent in matters economy. He's a man who's got, he keeps in touch with the constituents. He's doing a good job of being following his kind of politics. So he realizes that William Ruto used them. How can this man tell us that he will not form a handshake? And then he does that. So he exposes them as people who didn't know. They didn't read the mood. They didn't understand. And I think he decided, let me just keep cool for a while. He also realized that William Ruto was using them to checkmate, to attack their own brother, Rigathi Gachagua. Well, the same thing is not happening in Rift Valley. Rift Valley is a little bit quiet, except for a few dissenting voices like Alfred Keter. But largely, they are solidly behind their son, William Samoei Ruto. But then Ndindi realizes that we were used to attack Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm being used to attack Rigathi Gachagua. Why? The same way I was used to make a lot of noise that there will not be a handshake. Now I'm being used to attack Rigathi Gachagua. And he stopped because he realizes that there is no honesty in all this. And that could inform the reason why he's quiet. By the time William Ruto unleashed him against Rigathi Gachagua, I'm sure they must have been promised that he would be a deputy president in 2027, because there was a kind of a conversation that was initiated by Deep State that in Mount Kenya, Nyeri has had the former president Kibaki. They have had now a deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. Kiambu has had Kenyatta Senior, now Uhuru Kenyatta. And they were saying it is now the turn of Muranga. These are politics that were created just to try and attack Rigathi Gachagua. They were saying that when Ruto goes to pick a running mate in 2027, it was time for Muranga, and very many people heaped praises, on Ndindi Nyoro. Then Ndindi Nyoro realizes that William Ruto has got no plans for Mount Kenya. He's looking to Nyanza and Western. That is very obvious for anyone who can study the politics of today. Then he realizes, why am I now making noise? Why am I attacking Rigathi Gachagua, being told that I could be a deputy president? Yet William Ruto has switched and his attention is somewhere else. And he decided, maybe I need to keep quiet. Then there was the question of Mount Kenya unity. He must have realized that Rigathi is taking a chunk of Mount Kenya. He's resonating well with the villagers, as he calls it. A time will come when Mount Kenya will sit down and decide. And so you must be in the vehicle. I can see a few dissenting voices, but Rigathi says all politics is local. And Rigathi is trying to marshal the support of Mount Kenya. Those who William Ruto told they were hustlers, and they are now disgruntled and disappointed. And Ndindi Nyoro realizes that maybe as people move on, people will be asking, you want to become a leader but you don't respect your brother, your elder brother. You want to become a leader yet you don't support our unity. And he decides, okay, I think I need to take a retreat. And maybe last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, he decided to retreat, restructure also to call it. It is like a war. You retreat and then you plan, because he does not know what is now happening. Whether Ruto would still go with Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto is now looking at the West. We were told there would be no demonstration, there would be no handshake. Now there is a handshake. And then it is only good for a young man like Ndindi Nyoro to retreat and study politics, the direction and the trajectory that it is taking, so that before he gives it another punch, he would not look like a fool, like he was made to look like a fool by rejecting handshake that William Ruto knew very well was going to be there. He knew he couldn't work without Raila Amolo Odinga. And so those are my reasons why I believe that Ndindi Nyoro is a little bit quiet. If you check at his Twitter handle, Ndindi Nyoro is busy, he's updating people on development towards what he's doing in Kiharu. He's accompanying other leaders to launch and open maybe classrooms and all that. Why do you think Ndindi Nyoro has decided to take a low profile?